We are today at the Alston House. This was the home of Dr. Lucius Alston, who moved to Mesa in the 30s and started practicing medicine initially here out of his house in this community, which at that time and until the late 50s was a segregated community. In fact, the Alston House kind of exemplifies the history of this community and aspects of Mesa.
He was the first African-American doctor to practice in Mesa. And my mom remembers he delivered her babies. And she tells the story, he was there with the midwives at the house. And he said, well, okay, let's get this started and we'll deliver this baby. And he'd get in there and the baby's coming out and he looked and he said, oh my God, you better get some more help because we got two of them. So she said, oh, they're running around, and his wife was there helping him out. And she had twins, and they both came out okay.
The town was founded by Mormon settlers, but other groups came. It was a segregated city, and so they were just not allowed to live in certain portions of the city by mandate, by fiat of the city council, city fathers. Mr. Mitchell bought this area of land for the specific purposes of allowing minority groups to live here because they couldn't otherwise live in the city of Mesa.
And some people say that he gave the land, he donated the land right behind us so they could build Booker T. Washington School because he felt that everybody should have an education, regardless of race or color. Some people say that he donated the land so he can say, okay, this is where we're going to maintain African Americans and keep them confined here, because we had the school and we had our own pool. We had a couple corner stores, grocery stores that we shopped at. So this was the area that allowed us to buy a home and homestead properties. This was called the Mitchell Addition, and also the area called the Tuskegee Place.
Dr. Lucius Alston was a doctor who graduated from, I believe, Tennessee State University, and moved to this area in the 1930s and opened up his medical practice first in this house where we sit, the Alston House. At that time, he served, again, the population that resided in this area, which was primarily an African American population and Native American and Hispanic or Mexican population. Those groups had difficulty obtaining services in other parts of the city, and to have his services available was a great plus for those members of those communities.
So my mom said it was great because whenever you need to see him, you could come, even though hours might have been 9 to 5, it was after 6 or 7, you just knock on the door. Say, hey, doc, I'm not feeling good. Dr. Austin, can you help me? Can you come by the house? And my mom said he made a lot of house visits. I mean, it was very common just to come by somebody's house and say, hey, how are you feeling? You got your medicine? Let me do a checkup on you here, right in your home. Because a lot of folks couldn't go to the hospitals, and even then it was kind of difficult in the 30s and 40s. Some of the stories say that some of the white people that lived in the neighborhood would come for the care that he gave, but they would come to the back door because they didn't want people to know that they were seeing a black doctor. I think his wife died early. He lost his son early too. So probably around the 50s, 60s is when he left. 60s, some other people occupied it. We didn't really talk much about Dr. Austin then. He just kind of left, and when he lost his family, things got kind of tough for him.
The Alston House, after the family left, went into an era of disrepair. By the mid-2000s, there was an attempt to knock the building down. A lot of people, along with the city of Mesa itself, contributed with the two organizations, the Mesa Association of Hispanic Citizens and the Martin Luther King Jr. Celebration Committee, to conduct the remodel of this house. The purpose of that was manyfold, but one was to honor the legacy of Dr. Alston and his service to this community at a time when that service was not made available otherwise.
Well, today the Dr. Alston House stands as a beacon of change, a beacon of hope, because they have a lot of opportunities here. They apply programming for people to come in, and they're really reaching out to the community, saying, hey, let's take this house and turn it into something better. Segregation is gone now. Let's look at the good things that can happen.
That the legacy of Dr. Alston will continue and reflects that Mesa is growing from a past where segregation existed to now a present where the community comes together to work together for a common goal of the betterment of that community.